So, Rebel, the entire world discovered how funny you were with Bridesmaids, but I just wondered when you yourself first realised you had the ability to make people laugh.
I didn't think like I would be, as a child, wasn't like, oh, I'm hilarious. I think when I really got to know people well, I was quite shy as a kid, but when I really got to know people well and like was really let my guard down, I would like say funny stuff. But when I first started acting, I really thought I was going to be like the next Dame Judi Dench, very serious, like do Shakespeare and, you know, very important Academy Award films. And then I realised in my very first stage play that I got cast in, people just love to laugh at me. And so I'm like, I should do comedy maybe. And then I got a scholarship from Nicole Kidman, who was the ambassador of the theatre school, and to specialise, I guess you would say, in comedy. And I mean, I'm just so glad that I did that because it's so much fun making people laugh.
But down the line, maybe would you like to do?
Yeah, I would, because I have trained, like, seriously. And it would be really cool to show people, like, the other side. But for now, I mean, being in comedy is, like, pitch perfect. It's really fun.
And the dance moves and the singing is so slick this time around. How sort of intense was the rehearsal process for that?
Well, we have great choreographers, AJ and Binky, and they've worked with Justin Bieber and Usher and just done so many cool music videos. And sometimes we feel like we're not worthy because like they're so skilled. And, you know, we dance, but we're not like ridiculously good, and sometimes like they give us like remedial classes in how to move, and we have great like singing, the godfathers kind of a cappella, these guys Ed and Deke, who teach us all the music. And so the boot camp lasts for 4 weeks where we learn all the routines for the movie, and that's always like, to me that's like the funnest time because we're just singing and dancing all day.
And Fat Amy gets a love story this time around.
Yeah.
There was a bit of sexual tension last time, wasn't it? It was a full-on love story
that was
this time.
never in the first script. Fat Amy was never having any rendezvous with Bumper in the first script. But Adam and I kind of improvised that stuff. And then in the second movie, I was so glad that Elizabeth and our screenwriter Kay Cannon thought that my character should have the love storyline, which was really cool and so much fun to film with Adam Devine, who plays Bumper, because we have such a similar background in comedy, both being stand-ups and doing improv and sketch comedy. So we just like go for it on set. And there's so much that doesn't make it into the movie that'll hopefully be on the DVD.
Yes, hopefully. I think he's a bit like a young Jack Black, isn't he?
Yeah, he definitely does have that vibe, and he's always like, Rabble. You know, I love him. He's so great.
And you've been sharing a house up until recently with a British comedy legend.
Yeah.
But who are your other British comedy heroes? You can include Matt as well.
Well, of course, Matt. I mean, when I saw Vicky Pollard, I'm like, that guy is hilarious. I mean, Jennifer Saunders is really the first woman that I saw who wrote and performed her own comedy, and the first woman I saw on screen who was, I just thought, absolutely hilarious. And I got to meet her recently here in London, and she, like, I cried when I met her, and I accidentally kissed her on the lips. I just hope she doesn't remember that bit, because I didn't want to seem like a weird stalker, but she is amazing. And then, I mean, there's so many comedy legends that I've got to work with recently, like Sacha Baron Cohen and Ricky Gervais and Ben Stiller. And I mean, there's so many people to look up to.
I'm sure you've given Jennifer Saunders an anecdote there as well. So.
Great.
Rebel Wilson, thanks very much.
No worries. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey